Hola, Piperitos!
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of the Disney Beams. I'm Sherry.
And I'm Gooch.
And Josie is asleep.
Snoozing.
Not feeling too good.
Yeah, we're trying to get her back healthy.
Yeah,
before our trip.
Yeah, we are filming this 3 days before we leave.
It's Tuesday. We're leaving on Friday.
Friday. So yeah, we're almost to Disney World.
Almost. We're getting there. We're close.
So this is our top 5 series, and we are doing the top. Today we are doing the top 5 rides at Animal Kingdom.
Our top 5 rides.
Our top 5 rides. Well, there's only 7 technically. And
rides.
Rides.
I mean, there's attractions, other attractions.
Yeah.
Rides.
But just to preface this, neither one of us have ridden Nolly River Journey, so it's not going to make our list because
we haven't ridden it.
Because we haven't ridden it now.
We will be riding it next week.
By the time you see this, we probably have already ridden it. So, but everything else is pretty much fair game. There's, like I said, in the way of rides, there's just not that much that I can think of, to be honest with you. So,
yeah.
So let's just go ahead and start off.
Because there's a lot of attractions and other stuff, but yeah.
That's right. So what is your number 5?
My number 5 is one that we have not been able to ride much because we've had Josie and she hasn't been tall enough. But I believe she is tall enough now to ride Dinosaur.
Yep.
Located in Dino Land.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a ride through with a bunch of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You get chased down by a T-Rex and there's, you're in a car that's got a lot of herky-jerky motions and, it can be kind of intense for a young one. Yeah.
Not our dino.
Not our dino. It can be kind of intense for a young one, so I'm interested to see how Josie reacts to that. I'm sure we're gonna have to, make sure she knows that it is, that it's fun and it's make believe. It's not real. They're not really coming to get us. So,
it ties into the movie Dinosaur, yes. which is a little on the older side. I think Josie may have watched it once when she was very, very young.
Probably doesn't remember.
But basically the premise is you're in this time machine and you're going back to save the iguanodon, which was the main character, right. Which was voiced by I think his name was Wally Langham. He was on CSI I always thought it was funny because I can just still hear not our dino reverberating in my ears. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Dinosaur, my number 5. Okay.
I wonder. I'm curious how alike our things are going to be. But my number 5 is different than yours.
Okay.
But it is also in Dino Land.
Okay.
It is Triceratops Spin.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's very similar to like the Flying Carpets of Aladdin or Dumbo. It's just a fun little ride. I mean, Josie can go on it. But we haven't really made our way over to Dino Land much since she's been with us.
Right, because there's really not a whole lot she can do over there.
Right.
So,
and
she can go
run
around and play in the playland. But
the little boneyard area or whatever. And by the way, I apologize. My voice is still kind of hoarse from going to see my favorite band, the Mavericks, Friday night in Durham. So I'm still.
Who's your favorite band again?
The Mavericks.
Oh yeah.
These guys.
Yeah.
Them.
Those guys.
But yeah, it's a cute little ride if you've got. It's nothing that I would fast pass or anything like that, but it's just a fun little ride. It's a little. You can be relaxing and. Just
get up and Josie loves those kinds of rides too.
Yeah, so she
really it's funny because in her top 5 rides at Magic Kingdom was the Flying Carpets at Aladdin.
That's true.
And I wouldn't even have thought about that.
I would have thought honestly, I would have thought Dumbo for her before I would have thought that.
She every time we're near the Flying Carpets, she has to ride.
Well, she also loves the movie Aladdin too.
Yeah, true. So she likes to ride the Flying Carpets. So she would enjoy this ride too, I'm sure.
All right, so Triceratops Spin is my number 5. What is your number 4?
My number 4 is a ride that you always get wet on.
I forgot that ride. Oh my God. That actually should be my number 5.
Kali River Rapids.
Just a word to the wise, never ride it with me unless you want to get absolutely drenched.
Sit on the other side of the boat.
Of me.
Sherry. Okay. Because she always gets wet. Last time, actually, she got wet and Josie was laughing at her.
Was laughing at me.
It was so funny.
You saw. You probably saw it in the vlog.
That was Josie's first water ride, and Cherry got soaked, and Josie laughed at her. It was a classic moment.
I was
Make sure to check that vlog
the
out.
Bone for the rest of the day.
Was great.
Oh my God! But it was so much fun.
It was great.
And she was
awesome.
she was just going, ha ha ha,
you
mommy
got all wet.
Like.
That was funny. So yeah, Kali River Rapids. And if you're not familiar, it's basically a raft ride through the Asian wilderness whitewater raft type ride.
And of course, there's a conservation message about poaching and all that stuff.
Yep.
So.
And it's located in the Asia section of the park.
Very good.
Right behind the big monkey.
The big monkey.
Well, the big monkey, the wooden monkey thing where the monkeys fly around.
Oh, okay,
you know
gotcha.
What I'm talking about.
I gotcha.
They've got a habitat for monkeys that
like
right there
monkey.
by the entrance to Kali River Rapids. It's not the big monkey, but it's like a big monkey cage basically.
All right, well,
All right.
Very good. My number 4 is one that you have already mentioned. It's Dinosaur, and for pretty much the same reason that you mentioned.
There you go.
know, it can be a little
How'd
intense.
you forget Kali River Rapids?
Because I guess I block out from my memory that I always get completely drenched on this ride.
Yeah, we have fun.
That I do love, and it just got added to my honorable mention.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Dinosaur is, for the same reasons that you mentioned, my number 4. So what is your number 3?
My number 3 is actually the ride that is probably more synonymous with the park than any other ride at Animal Kingdom. And it is because it is basically a ride through the game park. It's Kilimanjaro Safaris. And you go through the queue line, and they're talking about the animals and some conservation messages and giving you some descriptions of some of the animals you may see. The thing I like about this ride is no ride is the same.
That's true.
And it's never the same because you never know what animals you'll see, when you'll see them. Will the cheetahs be visible? Will the lions be visible? Mm-hmm. Will we encounter a rhinoceros? Will we be able to see the elephants? Those are all variables, and now that they've started doing it after nightfall,
we haven't done that.
We haven't done it at nightfall yet, and
I've heard mixed reviews about it.
We'll have to see because I don't really know how you can really see anything in the dark. But
I don't either.
But animals behave. I mean, you have some nocturnal animals that will behave differently, like the big cats are nocturnal. So
right.
I wonder how that would be different. So I'm interested to see how that works. But Kilimanjaro Safaris is my number 3.
Very good. My number 3, I'm assuming, is going to be higher on your list. It is one of the absolutely best themed rides in all of Disney, especially the queue line for this. It was one of Joe Rohde's pet projects. And we all know how amazing Joe Rohde's attention to detail is. It's a trip through a mountain, and you...
For those that may not know, who's Joe Rohde?
He is a very famous Imagineer. If you see the dude with the earrings,
there you go.
Then you know who Joe Rohde is. But you encounter a Yeti. It's Expedition Everest.
Expedition Everest.
So like I said, the theming of that ride, and of course, you have that thrill of riding through the mountain, and oh my God, the track has been destroyed. What do? Well, you go backwards. Of course you do.
Yeah, you go backwards down the mountain.
And you have to escape the Yeti.
Running from the Yeti.
You're trying to escape the Yeti. Do you escape? I don't know.
We don't know. You'll find out.
You find out when you ride the ride. So, but yeah, I really love as far as it's actually one roller coaster that I can still ride and not get completely sick on. So that's always a plus for me.
The only thing about it is Josie's not quite tall enough for this one.
No, she's got some growing to do for this one.
That's a 48-inch.
I think so, yeah.
Right, and she's currently just over 40 inches.
Yeah,
so.
She's got a couple of years for this. So,
yeah.
But I'm so sorry.
Well, it is almost 11 o'clock at night when we're filming this,
we gotta get to bed. Expedition Everest. So what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Expedition Everest. For all the same reasons, only I had it a little higher on my list. Okay. And mainly because if you've watched any of our vlogs, you know that I'm the thrill ride junkie and I love the roller coasters. So that's why it made it higher on my list than on cherries. Roller coasters.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. My number 2 is one that you've already mentioned. In fact, our 2 and 3 swapped. My number 2 is Kilimanjaro Safaris.
I'm actually surprised that's not higher. I'm wondering if our number 1 is.
I'm pretty sure it is. But for me, Kilimanjaro Safaris, it was the first ride that I ever rode at Animal Kingdom on my first trip in 2001. I love that you have, back in the day, you used to have the message with the poachers and oh my god, seriously. But you had the message with the poachers and the storyline with Baby Red and but I am actually
kind of miss that storyline.
I miss it, but I definitely miss that song that I miss that. But I like that they've added some new animals to it.
Yes.
So, but yeah, for pretty much all the reasons that you mentioned, and something very sentimental to me is Kilimanjaro Safari. So, number 1, should we just go ahead and blurt it out? 1, 2, 3. Flight of Passage.
Oh my gosh, Flight of Passage. It is freaking awesome.
Now, not 6 hours to stand in line amazing, but freaking amazing.
If you can fast pass it and you can get on it, or if you catch it like at rope drop or something like that, and you're able to get on it fast, I'm not going to wait 6 hours for anything. I have a hard time waiting 40 minutes for anything.
Exactly.
So, but if you have opportunity to get on this ride, do it. I would. The best way I've heard it described is like soaring on steroids.
Yes.
Basically, when you go in, the queue line is amazing. You're in Pandora,
and it's another Joe Rohde love project. Yes.
But you're in Pandora, and you go through the queue line, and they have this interactive piece where they're syncing you to an avatar, and the avatar happens to be on the back of a banshee. And the banshee flies through Pandora and gets chased by that huge beast? Okay, so I can't remember the name of the flying beast that chases you, but it's the one that no one could sink to, except for the one guy. And when he did, it brought the tribe together. That thing chases you and through Pandora, and basically you get on. It's almost like you're on a motorcycle.
The way you're sitting in
but
it.
They clamp you in behind your knees and there's a bracelet at your back, at the small of your back, and you basically just hold on because it feels like you're flying.
Oh my god! I've never felt anything like. There were a couple of times I thought I was going to fall off into the thing. Oh my god!
It was so realistic, and it was pretty intense ride.
It's very intense. Now, I will say, unlike other simulators, like Mission Space, I did not get sick on this, but man, did I have that sensation that I was flying and flipping and turning.
It almost feels like because you're when you're on the Banshee, you're hugging it with your legs.
You are, yeah.
And
you can feel it breathing.
It's really cool.
And the thing that it may have a little head of soaring is because you have the visor on. Mm-hmm. You have peripheral vision
of everything.
It's 3D. It's 3D.
It's a 3D peripheral.
It's so. We wrote it on the during Pass Holder preview in May. Man. It was 2 weeks before it opened officially. Amazing. It was amazing. But I'm not standing in a 6 hour line.
It's not 6 hour line amazing, but it is amazing. I mean, if we have opportunity to ride it, and the reason we probably won't ride it is because of the line and because Josie's not tall enough.
You're right. We're gonna ride Nolly River Journey this time.
But if we find it with we won't find it, but if we happen to find it with a 30-minute line and we can rider swap it, we would do that. But I'm not waiting for forever to ride this ride. But it is amazing. If you have opportunity to ride it, do it.
It
is great.
It's it's definitely it's definitely the most intense simulator that I've ever been on, as far as actually really feeling like you're really there.
Yeah, I mean it was extremely realistic.
Yeah, so all right, that's our top 5. So what are your honorable mentions? Okay.
I have one.
Okay.
It is Primeval Whirl.
That's one of my honorable mentions too, or as I like to call it, Primeval Hurl.
Primeval Whirl. So basically what this is, it's or Wild Mouse or whatever you want to call the ride, but it's basically a roller coaster that spins you around.
Yeah.
And you go back and forth and back and forth and spin and spin and spin.
The
and
end
back and
is
forth and spin and back and
near.
forth and spin. The end is near. But yeah, it's a fun little coaster. Don't do it right after you've eaten a meal.
Like I said, there's a reason why I call it Primeval Hurl.
Yeah. Because it does spin you around a bit, and there's a lot of ups and downs. So
and that's another 40. That's another 48-inch ride.
Yes.
So we are not going to be able to ride it with
because Josie can't ride it yet. But I do enjoy the ride. It gives you some nice little thrills here and there. And it's not super intense. It's not huge. It's not a huge hill or anything like that. It's almost like a carnival roller coaster. Only it's more sturdy.
Yeah.
Pretty much
anything is more sturdy than that.
But it's that type of carnival feel roller coaster.
Right. Well, Primeval Whirl was one of mine, and my other is one that you'd already mentioned, Kali River Rapids.
Because you forgot to put it on your list.
Yeah.
You just made the list.
It just made... You know what happens when you soak cherry?
You know what happens when you forget Kali River Rapids?
You know what happens when you soak cherry? You know? Huh? You just made the list!
You know what happens when you forget Kali River Rapids? Do you know what happens? You know what you're going to get?
It. We're Chris Jericho fans, if you can tell. All right, so that is our top 5 rides at Animal Kingdom. So our next top 5 series is going to be
rides and attractions at Hollywood
Studios.
Studios.
Rides and attractions at Hollywood Studios
because they've got so much tore up. I mean, there's not. I mean, you have to group them together now.
Let's see. Well, there's Star Tours. There's
Star Tours, Rock and Roller Coaster,
and
Toy
Tower
Story
of Terror
Mania.
and Toy Story Mania. Well, so there's 4.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a top 4.
Well, if you throw the attractions in, then you can start talking about Disney Junior and Little Mermaid and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we're about to rattle them all off.
So we'll just cut it off.
I mean, you can with top 5 rides and attractions, you can piece it together at Hollywood Studios.
So maybe we will do this live when we get back from our.
Excuse me.
I'm yawning. You're sneezing. We're a mess, people.
Sleepy and sneezy right here.
Careful.
Sleepy and sneezy right here.
Yeah. But maybe we'll do that live when we get back to our room one night at
or maybe
while
we'll
we're on
do
our
it
day.
live from the park.
I don't know. It depends on if the Wi-Fi is shoddy or not. You never know. And I don't want to take the iPad in. I don't want to have to do it on my phone. So. We'll just see. We may just record it while we're in our room, and then, But you never know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
We don't know. You'll find out.
But
we'll find out. We'll all find out.
But the week after Thanksgiving, since we will be there, you will not see a trip vlog from December 2016. But those are winding up.
And we'll start working into May.
It'll start working in May. I gotta get to work on them actually. I've only got the first one done. But yeah, so we have that. We have our trip. We're really excited. And thank you to all of our subscribers. We love you guys. Comment below and let us know what your top 5 is for Animal Kingdom.
Let us know if we missed anything.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
I mean, you got Tree of Life, but that's not more of an attraction.
That's an attraction. And like Tough to Be a Bug is an attraction.
Yeah, that's an attraction.
So, but yeah, definitely, like I said, comment below if there's content that you would like to see us do on the channel.
Let us know.
Let us know. I need to go to bed because apparently I'm a lot more tired than I thought I was.
It's that time.
It is, and this whole cold thing sucks.
Yeah.
So anyway, so for Josie,
Cooch.
I'm Cherry, and we are the Disney Memes. And as we always like to wrap up our videos with, wrong guy. Love, peace, rock, and a little bit of pixie dust.
See ya.
Bye, guys. We'll see you real soon.